Okay, there is another thing I would like to talk to you about. It's a word that I think comes with many clues that most people use maybe 10 times per day, and you read it like 100 times a day. And just by understanding how people use this word, you'll be able to understand other people better and also yourself. It's a word we don't really think about because, well, I will tell you. So the word in question is actually because, and it sounds pretty lame. What secrets will the word because give us? And give me some time to untangle this for you, and you will be able to gain some value from this. So the word because is simply a word that we use to put our best explanations after it. So somebody might say that, oh, today I'm tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Or they might say, oh, I'm unsuccessful because the system doesn't like people like me. Or they might say, oh, I'm angry because of this. People say because, and then something comes along. And it's not only what other people say, it is what we tell ourselves. We might say, oh, I did not have time to do this today because of my child or my dog, or because this happened, or because I wanted to do this instead. We not only say it, but we also think it. So in our minds, we have a dialogue, and sometimes this dialogue also uses the word because. So it is important to, when we hear the word because, either in our own mind or in a conversation, we can learn a lot from this. Because what comes after because is usually not truth. And you realize how I said because there. So be mindful. So when you are having a conversation with someone and the word because comes, whatever comes after the word because is simply their best guess of because. Most people, they don't really think about because. It is just their current worldview that you can get a glimpse into. Someone can be angry, someone can be tired, and they'll give you a because. And this is very often a very honest because. It's their best application of reason to why it is like that. So this is also super interesting when somebody shares their intellectual theories, right? The world is unfair because humanity is inherently bad, or they say something, a statement, and then they back it up with because. And this is a fantastic opportunity to understand a person. And sometimes you can even see people stacking because. So they might say, oh, the Republican Party is doomed because of this. And then it continues because of this, because of this, because of this. So they might have 4 becauses in 5 sentences. And now it's like it's getting more and more untruthy. So the more somebody says because and stack them, actually that's a sign of their mental gymnastics. And it is also an indication that this is how they think. They use the word because a lot outside. They are naturally going to also use this wording in themselves. So it is an indicator of how mindful somebody is. The more they use the word because, sometimes that can mean that they haven't really looked under the covers of what they are saying. And the more fueled the because is, well, it is something that you will learn to observe. When you are talking to someone and you hear the word because, what is coming after that? What does that say about them? Because they are saying it in a way that makes it into like some form of universal truth. It is almost a confession. And you get to just watch that. But also, using this towards oneself. For example, you've heard me say this word a lot during this video, probably 5 or 6 times. So this is people's way of showing one's cards to other people. So be mindful of what comes after because. And when you are thinking because, you can question that. Is it really like that? Or am I just simplifying this? A because can change. We can have a because, and then we can realize something, and now the because changes to something else. So we can use because it's a tool. It's a way of showing us and other people our cards, but we don't want to take them as truths. And recognize when we are stacking because. So I might say that, oh, I was late to work because I was up late last night, because I came home from work late, because my fiance did this, because her mother did that, because her mother's job did that. And now you have this beautifully orchestrated because chain. But none of it is actually, it is just an explanation. It is not, it should be taken lightly. So be mindful when you stack becauses, and if you see somebody else stacking becauses to try to influence you, recognize that that is their best current explanation, and they are simply showing their cards to you. So be mindful of which words you use externally, because they will be the words that you use internally. And we want to untangle the mind. So we might as well fix our relationship with language a little bit and try to be as real as possible. Because I think that's a good idea. Nice. See you later.